experience yet. He's waiting another 10 years.
Okay.
He said, he was just on Bloomberg. He said, it's funny because I've spent my career talking about why would you want to own gold? It has no income. It costs to store it. And it's a stupid investment. Guess what he's selling and buying a lot of now? He said, now when I see the debasement of our currency, I'm like, what is it I can hold on to? He says he's not concerned only about the U.S. dollar, but other countries printing money as well. He said we're seeing it all over the place. You read about lumber prices, but we're seeing it in all of our businesses. The obvious bottlenecks in the supply chain arena are pushing up prices. It's very reminiscent of the 1970s. He said, I don't want to do fossil fuels because in 2019, he was all over fossil fuels. I'm not going to do fossil fuels right now. Oil and gas is not priced to reflect the risk of what's going on, whether it will be in the EV world or the climate changed world. As recently as a couple of years ago, I thought the risk-reward ratio was appropriate. It's very inappropriate to invest in fossil fuels now that the political situation has changed. He says more blackouts are going to come to California. That's not a surprise there. He said you can't buy property and office space, business space, because is anybody even going to go back to work? He said retail is falling. The only thing he sees that's real is gold. That's Sam Zell. If you know the name, you know he always like, gold? You're a moron. Now saying, you know what? Things have changed just a little bit. But he's probably old. He's probably been listening to all of the experts at the CCD.
The what? The CCD?
Yeah, I learned this from Joe Biden last night. Do we have that audio real quick to play that?
That's why I'm asking people to continue to follow the CCD guidelines, CDC guidelines.
So CCD guidelines, that's the Catholic catechism.
That's interesting. So both of those, the CCD and the CDC?
Yeah, well, Sam is only listening to the CCD. Okay. I don't know if he's listening to, the CDC. But the CCD, he goes every Tuesday night. And so he's really good at that.
Imagine how frustrating that's supposed to be for the people like writing his speeches.
American Financing, NMLS 182334, www.mmlsconsumeraccess.org.
I've always thought that about Bush. I thought that about Trump.
Yeah,
you're like you've written some beautiful poetic, and they're out there and followed CCD. Oh, you'd hang yourself.
Yeah,
you'd hang yourself. All right, American Financing. Erin just written in about her experience with American Financing. She said this is our first time refinancing. We weren't sure what to expect, but everything went better than we could have hoped for. Matthew is the person we worked with. He provided exceptional service. We just want to thank American Financing for making this so painless and helping us with a better rate and no more PMI. Thank you so much. Look, with what's coming, you need to be in the best financial situation you can put yourself in. May I suggest you call right now American Financing. American Financing at 800-906-2440. They can get you a mortgage. They can get you a refi where you can get your interest rate down. And they can also do a consolidation loan without resetting your mortgage. So get all those high interest credit card debt. Get that out of your life. I remember when my family, my mom and dad, they went into debt on credit cards. And it was when credit cards first came out.
I remember, and it was a snowy winter, and we had to eat buffalo gristle all winter long.
Anyway, they went to the fireplace and they cut them up, and they made us watch. And they're like, never do this.
And that's when Laura came running down that hill in Little House on the Prairie. Little House on the Prairie was a book at first, and then it became a TV show with Michael Landon on NBC.
It's going to transform 3 whole communities. Remember that?
Who could forget it,
Who
Clint?
could forget it? Yeah. Well, don't worry about it. They decided not to. They decided.
So they forgot about it.
Yeah, well, they didn't actually forget about it. The problem is that they've been talking to Allegheny County and the health officials. And the health officials in Allegheny County just kind of dinking around. Couldn't make a decision. Couldn't get things done. Well, you got to fill out this form. You got to have this form. And have you done this yet? And so between that, they said the Allegheny health officials just making it a nightmare to do business. What a surprise. Bureaucratic trouble? Really? In a place in the Northeast? I can't believe it. They said between that and, if I could, I want to quote them directly, also along with, quote, the new direction the company has taken to focus on sustainability, we're going to be canceling those plans.
Oh, good. This is a good sign for the future. Because if we can just get all these jobs to go away,
Right?
then we can move immediately to the universal basic income and modern monetary theory eras.
And we could all be playing golf in the old Macy's store.
That's right. That's right. And maybe maybe a fossil fuels factory. They have a great mini golf course.
Oh my gosh, you put it in one of the pipes,
Yeah.
you know, it used to have the
Seriously,
smoke coming
this
out.
sounds
Oh,
fun.
great.
This sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This is our future.
We make the refineries into like that. Remember that game, The Mousetrap? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was actually really fun. I remember that.
You do.
You know, look, they've got in this new American Jobs Act that they're pushing right now. One of the the multiple $2 trillion options on the table. There are $10 billion in there for a new climate corps. And if we, so like maybe you won't have that job at that factory, but what if you could go door to door and convince people to turn their TVs off?
Here, I got a better idea. And they're already on this. Janet Yellen yesterday met with the Federal Open Market Committee. Open markets, right? I mean, we all love open markets. And Janet Yellen was pushing for the committee to pass a global tax, a worldwide global tax on corporations. So that way, corporations wouldn't have any place to escape to. And she said they were taking a two-pronged approach to implementing a worldwide minimum tax for corporations. This is what she said yesterday, getting countries around the world to implement a bottom-level tax that all companies must pay. The objective is taken on greater urgency as the administration seeks to raise taxes on U.S. companies. She says she's encouraged so far by the developments and talks with other countries. We propose, and I'm quoting, to raise the global minimum tax and close the tax loopholes that allow American corporations to shift their earnings abroad, end quote. What is Janet Yellen? By the way, all of this stuff about they're going to be going into a global kind of partnership and, you know, they're representing the stakeholders, Yeah, that's not happening, Stu.
It's not?
It's not happening.
Definitely not.
It's
Isn't that a conspiracy theory?
It is a conspiracy.
Okay.
All they're doing is, quote, proposing to raise a global minimum tax and close all the loopholes that allow American corporations to take their money out of the country.
I was worried for a minute there.
I know. They're on our side. They're on our side.
The Click Back program.
Okay, let me tell you about another subject.
Story sandwich. Dua Lipa with the baby. I had to lace my shoes for all the blessing.
Use the first letter of the mattresses and cardi or by.
The other thing is, reach for your glasses to see the clock.
classic show series with a host of exclusive subscriber benefits, including a convenient new parking option. And there's more. Reserve your series before June 10th and have first opportunity to advance order additional tickets to Hamilton and other Broadway shows. Subscriptions are available in a range of prices with a choice of payment plans. So choose what works best for you. Visit epacri.org for details and call the box office at 401-421-ARTS or customer service at 401-574-3136 for more information and to order. We can't wait to see you back at PVAC.
Clark from Rescott Windows here with literally the best offer we've ever had. This is no joke, a $2,200 instant rebate. I know rebates are usually a huge pain. You have to fill out a certificate, mail it in, then wait 2 or 3 months for them to actually mail you a check. They know that most people will forget or misplace the form, so they don't have to actually pay up. But this rebate is the real deal because you don't have to fill out or mail or wait for anything. We give you the money instantly. You see, the window manufacturer allows us to fill out the forms. We then give you the money right there on the spot, and we get reimbursed later. All you have to do is buy 8 or more windows, and you get the huge $2,200 rebate on the spot. We can only advance the $2,200 rebates the first 20 customers. So call Rescott right now at 508-233-3000 or find us online at triplepayne.com. Our number is 508-233-3000 or online at triplepayne.com.
Well, if you own a timeshare, chances are pretty good here in 2021 that you're ready to get out of it. You probably weren't using it the whole time in the first place, and with COVID, well, that probably drove that number of uses down to 0. Here's the thing, there are quite a few businesses out there that will claim they can get you out of a timeshare, but most of them don't, because most of them don't have a team of attorneys and paralegals whose only job is to get you out legally. This is a group of attorneys. That's it. You know who has that group of attorneys? Timeshare Termination Team. They're ready to step to the plate and help you. Just call 888-GET-YOU-OUT. 888-GET-YOU-OUT. Call Timeshare Termination Team today. Get the process started. Don't keep putting it off and get stuck with another year's of timeshare that you're not going to use. You'll get 20% off when you terminate your timeshare. 20%. So make sure you tell them that Glenn Beck sent you. It's 1-888-GET-YOU-OUT. 1-888-GET-YOU-OUT. Or visit them online at timeshareterminationteam.com.
News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. It's the kind of stuff that'll keep you up at night.
I've been abducted 3 times.
Coast to Coast AM.
Overnight this one.
On News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM.
If that really was something that opened your eyes, don't you find that sad? I mean, who in her life was telling her she couldn't make it? Who in her life was saying you were tragically Hispanic or whatever? Who made her feel that?
That would be a family tragedy.
It would be a family tragedy.
That's how you're teaching your child.
Right. I know my girls feel, have felt at one point or another, ashamed of their body, or I wish my body was different. Well, okay, that's what society says, and none of that is real. None of that is real.
That's real for us. I mean,
oh yeah.
for us, we should be ashamed of our bodies, but for other people,
older millennial
Okay,
with a
yeah,
diagnosis of
cisgender.
generalized anxiety disorder.
Wait, stop. With generalized anxiety disorder? Does that sound like someone who should be working at the CIA? I don't know, I'm just always very, very nervous. That's not good.
That's not necessarily the. I mean, it's not the stereotype of a CIA person who's like cold and calm.
See,
cold,
there you are talking about
calm.
stereotypes.
Yes.
We need cisgender and non-cisgender immigrants, non-immigrants, except for the people who have lived here for a long time and are white. We need people who hate the cops. We need people who want to change the world away from this old system of dusty documents from these, quote, white founding fathers. We need some really nervous people that can change a diaper with one hand and sing some song on the other hand, or something like that. Could you talk to me about, you know, if you're okay? The only thing I've heard in this ad was, I can talk deep legal doctrine or whatever she said.
Yeah, that's maybe needed. Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing I've heard about anything CIA.
What if one of the terrorists we have, captivity needs to their diaper changed? You can
Or hear that song that she's belting in.
Right. I think
see
one of
that.
the things making her nervous is trying to change diapers with one hand. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows what's going to happen there? You should use two hands if
Right.
it's all possible.
Yeah, well, it may not be. May not be. She may
Maybe you're singing with your other hand.
She may-
It's tough to.
Does she sing with her other hand?
I
Is it
think
like a
so.
little hand puppet? I don't know. But I am glad to see that our CIA is finally going woke. I feel safer. And I think the world is safer.
This is one of those things I think you learn if you are a business person right now. Right? You're running a business.
Yeah.
People would say, well, how do we recruit the younger generation to come work at, let's say, the CIA, right? How do we get them here?
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're different, they're different people. We need to recruit them, and we should target them in this way. And you can make that argument until you realize you don't want to hire them.
Yeah.
If you're running a business, the last thing you want to do is hire someone who thinks this way.
What's the name of that software company that last week came out and said, you know what, you can't talk about woke stuff anymore?
Yeah, Basecamp.
Okay, Basecamp.
They didn't even say woke stuff, they just said anything political.
Yeah, anything political. You can't talk about it anymore because it's causing too many problems, and we're a software company. We're not a political company. We're not here to change the world. We're here to change software. So go to work. No more talking. You know what happened? A third of the employees walked out. And I can guarantee you that CEO went, I told you it would work. We didn't have to pay severance. We have no legal hassles. They quit. Now let's go find the people who just want to work and have had enough of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's great. I think it's great that we have the CIA recruiting that way. Now, just so I'm consistent, and I don't care about what you are, I don't care. I care about what you say and do. Here's the latest campaign commercial for the California governorship gubernatorial candidate, Caitlyn Jenner. Listen to this.
Famed Olympic gold medalist Caitlyn Jenner is
First of all, he's outing himself.
I've always been a dreamer. California was once the envy of the world. We had what everyone else wanted. The American dream grew up here. Yet career politicians and their policies have destroyed that dream. It's been locked away, closed, shuttered, left in the dark, burned down. The government is now involved in every part of our lives. They've taken our money, our jobs, and our freedom. California needs a disruptor, a compassionate disruptor. I came here with a dream 48 years ago to be the greatest athlete in the world. Now I enter a different kind of race, arguably my most important one yet, to save California. I want to carry the torch for the parents who had to balance work and their child's education, for business owners who were forced to shut down, for pastors who are not able to be with their congregation, for the family who lost their home in a fire, for an entire generation of students who lost a year of education. rights. Who are unafraid to challenge and to change the status quo. I want to prove that it is absolutely possible if we only do it together. California, it's time to reopen our schools, reopen our businesses, reopen the Golden Gates. So I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, I'm ready to be governor for all Californians. To reclaim our true identity, to bring back the gold to the Golden State. Now is the time to achieve that summit, to be the shining city on the hill, and together we'll restore and renew the California dream. It's about what happens from here. It's not just about one person. It's about all of us.
If you're on the left, how do you go against that? If you're on the left, how do you torch Caitlyn Jenner? How do you do it?
Well, she is a terrible, terrible Republican, a token.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Right.
they'll just do the same things they do to every black
else.
Republican who
Yeah,
runs for
right.
office.
And if you're a Republican, I don't know what Caitlyn Jenner's policies are, but I do like the feeling of that ad.
Well, we know two things about Caitlyn Jenner. Well, we know multiple things, more things than we want to know about Caitlyn Jenner, but there's just two main things we know.
Well,
which
the
is,
two main things that have been.
well, no, I'm talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
Caitlyn Jenner will be better than Gavin Newsom as the governor.
Yes.
If Caitlyn Jenner is to win,
Yes.
it will definitely be better than Gavin Newsom.
Yes.
And it definitely seems like Caitlyn Jenner understands the harm that Gavin Newsom has caused for the state.
And seems to understand the harm that wokeness is creating.
Yeah.
I mean, here is somebody that we were all told we had to accept because they never thought we would. They never thought conservatives would put their arm around Caitlyn Jenner. Okay.
Mhm.
And
They may not. I don't know. I don't know.
no.
if they
I mean as compassion.
Oh, okay.
They remember when he first said, "I want to become a woman. I'm Caitlyn Jenner." They all said, "Oh, you gotta say she's beautiful. Gotta say she's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They'll give you electric shock unless you say she's beautiful."
Right.
Okay? And they never thought that we could be compassionate because they think we're monsters. Well, we were. And I have no problem with Caitlyn Jenner. If I'm at a court of law, it's a guy. He's a guy. He'll always be a guy. Chemistry tells me, biology tells me he's a guy. No matter what surgery he has done, he's a guy. But that's fine. I don't have anything against Caitlyn Jenner, you know? If she wants to be called a she, I have no problem because she's not forcing me. She understands that if somebody wants to call him, her, him, or him, her, it doesn't matter. The self-confidence comes from within. And he has no problem with people who call him he. That is fine with me. You want to call yourself an agave plant? All right. Kids, he's not really an agave plant. So, Mr. Agave, can I cut your limb and use you as salve? I mean, you know, does it matter? What matters is the content of the character.
Right. Will Caitlyn Jenner be a good governor? I mean, I don't know. You know, we know it'll be better than Gavin Newsom, and it will be satisfying if somehow Caitlyn Jenner wins this race. That we can say the first trans governor was a Republican. That'll just be fun to say.
Oh, it'd be great.
Just to torture the left.
That'd be so
Honestly,
weird. It's California.
Oh God, Caitlyn Jenner's like she's one of the most normal people in
Oh
California.
my gosh. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
By the way, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said that he has an ambition to unite our country and run for president. You want to unite the country? Please don't run for president. Don't wreck your movies. Please don't. Everybody likes you. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I mean, Donald Trump was like the most popular guy one of the reasons why The Apprentice was so successful is because he rated incredibly high with African Americans.
Right.
And that's why the networks loved Donald Trump so much.
But
back in
don't
the
you
day.
remember Donald Trump thought was going to be a flaming liberal and turned out to be a pretty good president. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we're all going into it, like a Bush presidency and our Supreme Court nominee. Oh no, we have no record, we have no reason to believe it, but he's gonna be a conservative.
Well, I don't think there's any. I mean, the only thing that would make you think he would be a conservative is he spoke at one Republican National Convention a zillion years ago.
And if he reads his scripts,
My big thing on The Rock, and the reason why I think we should at least entertain it, is think of the money we could save on the military if, when we have a war or whatever, we just send him in by himself. We could just get rid of the military completely, save all that money, and then just send The Rock into various conflicts.
In a room with only one knife. And Putin and The Rock are in it, and only one has to come out. But there's only one knife, and it's on the table. They're both equal distance from it. Who comes walking out of that room?
Again, The Rock's winning all these battles.
I'm not sure.
Oh, The Rock's
I'm not
winning
sure.
that battle. The Rock, you could stab The Rock like 100 times. Wouldn't he just keep walking toward you?
Probably. He's probably got so much muscle there. It's not going to hit an organ. It's like me with fat. That's why I have all of this. You go ahead and stab me in the stomach. You're not going to reach anything.
That was smart of you.
Anything. Thank you very much. I'm a health freak. I am a health freak. All right.
It's like your own turtle shell.
Quick break. Gonna take a
Beer again.
Glad you 300. Call today for your no obligation consultation. 401-903-9300. That's 401-903-9300. Metro Men's Health.
Check out Macy's Backstage today for great deals on...
On our Facebook page or give us a call tomorrow morning. Jim?
He was on when he did.
Quality candidate with.
Is that a way for him to say,
Recruiter for free. That's
next hour, we've got a lot of really good stuff for you, including how crazy our teachers have become. Like, crazy. Crazy. I'd like my kids to be in school, but can we keep the teachers out? How about that one? Is that a possibility? They've gone nuts. More of that coming up.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
News Radio 920, 1047 FM.
This year marks 20 years since America's darkest day, 9/11. It also marks the start of the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Born from the tragedy, Tunnel to Towers supports the courageous men and women in this country who are willing to die for you and me. The foundation brings hope to heroes and their families when they need it most. When a first responder or military service member doesn't come home and young children are left behind, Tunnel to Towers pays off their mortgage to lift the financial burden and bring their family stability. For catastrophically injured veterans and first responders, Tunnel to Towers builds mortgage-free smart homes, enabling our most severely injured heroes to live more independent lives. 20 years ago, we vowed to never forget, but that commitment requires action. Take action now. Do good in honor of America's heroes who deserve that and so much more. Donate $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org. Help America to never forget. Thank you.
Seth Talbot here again with my dad, Pete, with Relief Factor. And tens of thousands of people are now taking 100% drug-free Relief Factor every day.
Seth is right. Getting out of the chair or taking those nice long walks is painful. Whatever the pain from just getting older or even exercise, maybe you should do what this person did.
I lived for decades in a lot of extreme pain with my lower back and legs. And I heard about Relief Factor on the radio. I tried the 3-week quick start. I'm so grateful to Relief Factor that I've gotten my life back.
We know one thing for sure. People want a drug-free solution to their pain. Back, neck, hip, shoulder, or knee pain. Which is why the medical doctors who did the research also put together the formula for Relief Factor.